So the first thing I like to do is kind of just like toggle around and see what we have going on. So let's unlock this layer. I'm just gonna go ahead and delete that. If we twirl wall mockup layer down, we can see here that this layer is called Your Image Here. We can also see here that this is a smart object. So we can edit this layer in a way that we can kind of play around with it. Let's go ahead and double click the smart object. We can see here the same design that we saw in our source is here. We can also see that it shares the same name as the source layer here. So we're going to be working within this smart object. So if we toggle this design layer here, we can see that that is, you know, the design that's there. I'm going to go ahead and delete that. And I'm going to go ahead and drag in my design. So this was something that I created in Procreate. I was just kind of having fun with it. I didn't measure out the size of the mockup before I created the image. Just gonna go ahead and get a little creative with it because like whatever. I'm gonna set our colors here back to default by pressing D. If we go ahead and press I on our keyboard, that'll activate our Eyedropper tool. Let's just go ahead and pick up this green right here by clicking on it. We can see that green becomes the secondary color here. If we press X on our keyboard, that'll toggle the colors that are there and green will become primary. Let's go ahead and add a new layer down here. We'll just double click that and call it BG for background. Press G on our keyboard or Shift G to toggle the group there to get to the paint bucket tool. Give it a click and it's perfect. Let's press V on our keyboard to go back to our move tool. Click and drag our background layer underneath Emerald City image. So let's go ahead and get creative here because this is a little weird. So to get to our Polygon tool, we can press U on our keyboard, or you can press Shift U to toggle the group here of the different shapes. And we just want to make sure that up here it says 5 sides. You can have, however many sides you want. I'm going to go with 5. Let's press D on our keyboard to change the colors back, and also X to toggle the colors because I want white as my primary. So if we just go ahead and click and drag, and I have a star there. We can see that here, Polygon 1. Let's drag it on top of everything. And I'm gonna press B to move to our move tool and just move that there. And I also want to kind of rotate it, so I'm going to press Control T to activate our free transform. Perfect. So now I want to go ahead and make 3 more identical stars. So with our move tool selected, I'm going to press Alt on my keyboard, and you can see that that has changed the cursor to like a double cursor. We've activated duplicate. Let's go ahead and just drag that down with Alt still being held. Lift your finger off of the mouse and then the keyboard. So we have Polygon 1 and Polygon 1 copied. Let's go ahead and select them both and do the same thing. Press Alt on our keyboard and click and drag. Perfect. I like that. So let's grab all of these polygon layers and select them, and let's just go ahead and put them in a group. If you double click that, let's call them stars. So we're about to go ahead and click out of this smart object. Now everything that we did in this tab is going to be reflected in our source. So let's go ahead and just click out of it. That's fine. And it says basically, do you want to save changes? Yes, you do. And then when it closes out, everything that you made in that will be represented here. So now we can go ahead and apply those changes and export your photo.